going on, guys? WadeDocs98 here with another episode of Patch Notes, and this is late because I'm in college and I got sidetracked and I didn't get to watch it, so I had to watch it because I had to figure out what the new goddess does. As you can see, and we are in. Oh well, let me slow down. This is the Fatal Awakening 3.16 patch notes, and like I say in every patch notes, if it's even numbered, we got a new god or goddess. Please don't hurt me. So, uh, the new goddess is Uzanami, which is, as you can tell, a Japanese goddess, and she is the matron of death. Matron of death. She is a death goddess. She likes death. So, she is a hunter. Surprisingly, you look at this god and you say, "Hunter? The fuck?" Everyone looking at her saying, "Assassin? Duh. Uh, what?" And she's actually a full-blown hunter. It's really cool. The commas that are her little scythes are actually throwing weapons, and they act like boomerangs, and they come back and forth and back and forth, and they have weird scaling, and I don't need to go over all that. We'll figure that out when she comes out, and yeah. So her passive is death draws nigh. I just put my ow God punched my ring, punched my hand into my other hand, and I punched my ring. I hurt my finger, so I'm taking it off. The closer Uzanami gets to death, the more powerful she becomes. Uzanami gains 4% physical penetration for each 15% of her health that is missing, up to maximum of 20%. So her health is basically broken down from the start by 15%, which 15 goes into 100. What? More than 6 times. So you only need 5 times to get. So you have a little bit. You have a little bit more than what, 25%? Yeah, it's 25% that you get left at. And once you get your maximum stacks, and she just gets physical penetration. She's good at just boxing bulkier gods. As long as you don't burst her, as long as it's a slow kind of a ticks maybe. I'm seeing Fafnir being a bit of have big problems because he's just gonna he's not gonna really burst you. He's going to take you down with the fire breath and everything, and he's going to gain more and more penetration, and you're going to get problems as you get lower and lower. So that's her passive, and I can't explain her basic attacks. It's weird. It's literally just she throws it and it comes back, and she throws the other one and it comes back, and it's like her attack speed bases off how fast she can throw them, but it doesn't base how fast they come back to her or how fast it flies. So if you're closer to a wall and stuff like that, you can adjust it because once it hits a wall, it'll clear a lot faster and everything. Um, so that's kind of the thing about her. She's a little bit different in that aspect. She's a Japanese hunter without a bow, so that's what they really wanted to do with it, and that's what they've got. I'm sorry I'm going a little off today. It's just it's been a long day. So Sickle Storm, because I kind of wanted to explain that it kind of boomerangs before I get into Sickle Storm, because Sickle Storm it changes it. So for 6 seconds, this is a buff. So for 6 seconds, she throws her comma sickles even faster. So she's got a faster attack speed, but it no longer goes and comes back. But instead of doing 50% when it throws like it normally does, and 50% when it comes back, it's 100% just normal. So it's like a normal. So it's like a normal basic attack, but only for 6 seconds because there's a buff. And of course, you get your bonus damage, and she can reactivate the ability to revert it back to her normal basic attacks. So it's a 6 second buff that you can actually cancel early. It's not Shiva Lanke, it's not activate, mana cost, mana cost, mana cost. It's activate, cut down if you want to. So that's the thing. So it's just kind of her base. Well, it's not. I want to say it's a clear, although her basic attacks kind of clear really well, being that they go through targets. I think they go through everything but walls and other gods. Maybe they go through other gods. I'm not sure. Yeah, they go through other gods. Never mind. So spectral projection, Uzunami sends forth. This is her second ability. Uzunami sends forth a demonic version of herself. I'm calling it version because it's visage. It's version of herself to strike down her enemies, damaging does damage and slows all enemies in a line. And if the enemy god is killed by this, so if you're chasing them and you use this and it hits them and kills them, it buffs the slow by 6% per kill up to twice with a maximum of 30%. So basically, you can kill two people with this and permanently buffs the ability to its maximum, which I guess is 30%. So it's a really, really cool ability in that it's good late game, but it also goes through. So it helps with their clear too. But it's a if you get those early kills and early kills with this, it can be a threat late game. It doesn't do extra damage, but it does do more slow, which can slow a lot. If you know anything, if you got a slow team against you, it's a problem. So next up, she has her basic escape, and her basic escape is fade away in that she descends into the ground with underworld and then becomes stealth. Before leaping away from her current position, well, she leaps away. It's an underground leap like Hades, or Scylla, and she becomes stealth during it. But firing a damaging ability or basic attack breaks her stealth, or taking damage breaks her stealth. It's a very fragile stealth, much like Ao Kuang's. Um, but it is a decently a long one. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And it does go through walls. It is a teleport type thing, kind of like what a teleport type dash like. It's an underground leap. Like, hey. Oh, it's exactly like Hades, except it's much longer and does have the stealth at the end. No increased movement speed. She's not a Loki. But she is the first stealth hunter. So her last ultimate is Skill Shot. Basically, it's a big old skill shot. It's pretty good sized. Not huge. It's probably the size of the Susanoo ultimate in the middle. In that she summons a dark portal that damages and silences all enemies within range, and it has a pretty long charge up time. So basically, all it is you're gonna throw it behind somebody, or if you're good with a Chronos little skill shot circle on the ground, this is your kind of thing because it's it's slower than that, but it does more damage because it's an ultimate, and it silences afterwards. So if you get them in the middle of ability, it silences. So and as you see, you've got Dark Matron Uzunami, which is actually a blue. Yeah, so it's a recolor, and I like it. It looks cool. I may get this because this looks cool, but I mean, that card art's really nice. I gotta say, like, her design is really nice. It does have a really cool effect to everything. It's a red and black, of course, um, effects and everything. I don't think her effects change in the recolor since it's blue though, which is sad. But her design's really cool. Her ability's really cool. I'll be interested to really see what how she does as a hunter and everything. But it's we'll see. It'll be interesting to see. I'm really interested to see and get my hands on her and everything. So next up we have new god skins, of course. Our first one is Fafnir, which is actually coming to the season ticket, which is this like paladin-looking Fafnir that gains. His dragon is actually like a griffin, which, being a big fan of Fafnir, this is really cool to me. I'll really be interested to see what's this called. It's called Fafnir Paladin. I don't know if this is from another game or reference to something, maybe reference to Paladins, but it's a really, really cool, just skin in general. Uh, and I'm really I can't wait to get it. I'm gonna be getting it with a season ticket anyway. So next up we have Oktoberfest Nuance. Now these are really loud, so I'm not gonna hit them really. So I'm not gonna mess with these. Uh, Nuance Oktoberfest. So she's a barmaid. She's a barmaid. She brings along the beers to all the good little boys that bought them. And I'm guessing her minions are like these wood carved out minions. But yeah, we'll see what we have with this. I'm not real sure what to think about it yet. I'm gonna have to see it in game. I didn't get to see it in game, um, but we'll see what comes out of that. So next up we have is the Bun Bun Nox, which I've already listened to it. It is again a very very uh, Louisiana accent. She's got the Southern Louisiana accent, and this is what it is. So it's all pink and furry and bunnies and big boobs, and that's Nox for you. But yeah, it's interesting. I didn't get to see it in game lane, and I think it'd be pretty cool. I don't know. It's like I said, I haven't seen it in game, so I don't know all the things about it. It's interesting. I wanna see more of this skin, to be honest, because I think it look cool. Next up we have the Tier 2 Sylvanas, in that I think it's Mushroom King Sylvanas. I'm not sure what's the actual name of it. Death Cap Sylvanas, and of course just Sylvanas, just like uh, Grover just let himself go and got all these mushrooms on him, and Sylvanas just like, bruh, you need to clean that. And Grover was like, nah, bruh, nah, I ain't like that. And he's like, well, screw it. I guess I'll support you in your respect. So he just kind of, after taking a dip in the swamp, he turned into that. So it's a tier 2 skin, so I'm interested to see what this looks like in game. But I think it looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna, I probably won't switch me off of Dr. Vonis, but it's a decent tier 2 skin. It's very cool. Going back to his lore, going back to him being a god of nature, going in that direction instead of armor, more mushrooms. So the last one is actually towards an event called the Lazy Day event, which is actually a free event that you don't have to enter into, that you get quests for, that will get you this skin, which is Hoot and Holler Bacchus. Bacchus with this big old corn dog and jug of America soda and soda hat and USA shirt and Crocs and a camo and a big old belly, and oh my goodness, this one is actually really cool. I can't wait to use this one. Use this skin. Gosh, is it just, oh my gosh. But I mean, sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so tired right now. Um, Longest day of the week, and Patch Notes comes out on it. So it's a really fun skin, really cool skin. I'm gonna use it. It's I can almost see this being a tier 2, but it is a specialty skin. Uh, so tier 3, I think it has its own effects and everything. Maybe tier 4. But man, this is freaking hilarious. I love this skin. It's funny. It's so funny. So we're going to move on to achievements and the fun stuff. The other stuff, I'm going to go as fast as I can through this because I'm super tired and like I've yawned about 4 or 5 times already. So, as fast as release 45 cats using your ultimate in a single match. So you ult 9 times. 5, no. I'm a math major and I can't do the math. God dang it. So it's 45 cats, 3 cats at a time, 15 times. 15 times. You release the cats 15 times in one match. Play a conquest game, split push your ass off, and you'll get this achievement. Next up, get scratched. As Bassett, deliver the killing blow to an enemy god in a single match with the damage from your cats. So jump on them, throw something, and then surround them with your cats and jump out, and the cats kill them, basically. Koopa. Stay there. As Kumbha Karna, root 3 or more enemy gods with 1 groggy strike. So, team fight, just smack 3 gods. It's pretty easy. Down, set, gut. As Kumbha, kill an enemy god by bouncing a minion into them using throwback. I have done that, and it's hilarious. I long shot at maxed range, and it's so good. This Freya was just like, I'm just gonna stick back here and clear wave, and I belly bumped the minion, and it went all the way back and hit her as she was walking by, and it killed her, and I was just, whoa, long shot. Oh! I don't know if I'm gonna get it because I've done that, but guess I'm gonna have to do it again. I actually got pretty good while I was playing Kuba at 5. I got pretty good at hitting the minions in the distance. So, Chang'e, my hips don't lie. As Chang'e invade an enemy ability using Moonlight Waltz that would have hit for 500 damage or more. So go against Poseidon in lane, and then when you're about to get cracking, spin away. And then Jade, go! As Chang'e, send Jade to buy 10 items in a single match. Pot, 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 item. That's what most people do. They just send back for mana pots. So next up, we have the final season ticket update. We've got the Fafnir skin, the Adonis announcer pack, and the prize money globe emote. I have not seen this global emote, but I'm looking forward to that Fafnir skin. And why are we not seeing chests? Is what I want to know. So, ranked conquest. This I'm not happy about. I actually enjoyed this. I do not like that they've changed it. So, they say they don't like how the 3-man parties are going. So, don't outweigh the negatives. Starting in 3.6 players, no longer queue. 3-man. We are also watching. I like having the majority rule in a game, especially knowing what I can do in these conquests and what my team can do with these ranks. Because I haven't had much luck in ranked, not because 3 people, but because we're having people disconnect, we're having people give up, and I like having 3 people in the game that I know aren't going to rage quit because were first blood, or leave game because they gotta go to the bathroom, or something like that. It's absolutely ridiculous that this is getting changed, in my opinion. There's got to be something going on that I don't know about, but you don't, as a Smite player, you don't want to play with randoms, and when you play with people, for me, especially in the Xbox community right now, you play with randoms and you get mad because these randoms either don't know what they're doing, don't listen to you if you get them into your party, or are just are either feeding or give up too early. It's absolutely ridiculous that this is happening, and I absolutely hate seeing it. But I know the parties of 3 is not going to change that, but getting it not being parties of 3 is not going to change is going to change that. But rank Q bothers me nowadays, and this doesn't help that. It just doesn't. Relics. Phantom, too powerful. Powerful for a single person. So, Phantom wasn't getting picked up because it was a single person relic, really, from what I've seen. I've picked it up a couple times because I got tired of Odin Rings as Terra. But I see this and I like this. So, what they did was they increased the cooldown by 40 seconds. And then, you can now activate, it affects all allies within 35 units. Which, close range, I don't know how far that is compared to everything else. I don't know their unit scale, but it can get your team out of an Odin ult. Basically a full team if it's in there, which is really good. It's been a pain multiple times if I've just run out from an Odin ult and the rest of my team gets stuck and just burst it down because they got stuck in there, and I'm just sitting there like I can't do anything. I'm not going back in, and 2, I can't heal you, and 3, I can't save you. Like, I can't do anything to get you out. Except maybe slow down the damage dealer. So, this is a cool change to that. I like that. Divine Rune, not as powerful effect. It just hasn't been seeing much use. I've seen that. I've only picked it up against really big healing comps, like Hercules Chang'e Afro, or Chalk, 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 Terra. I'm trying to think of another healer. Hell. Um, so it's just increased magical power by 15. I could see that being very useful. Magi's Blessing. It's not. It's good. It's a good option. It's not getting picked up. I'm not picking up because really, you get so much more from oh, what is it called? Oh, um, Magi's works off of too picky a comp, in my opinion. Mantle of Discord just kind of does it better, in my opinion. So we'll see what we got with that, and it may get picked up more with the 200 drop in cash. Pythagorean's Piece. Pythagorean Piece is a item that's kind of weird. You see it on Ares more than anyone. So it's a reduced cost, reduced magical power, but increased for its two auras. So it's a little bit more team based. A little more likely if you have like two magical damage dealers like an Ao Kuang and like a Janus. Uh, Ao Kuang or Janus can pick it up and help the other one out. And then of course your Guardian if you're running a magical Guardian. Spectral Armor, too expensive, dropped down by 200. It's still not great, in my opinion, because I'm not orienting my build towards my relics because the relics are too dang long of cooldowns. Witchblade increased its physical protection so it can get used more by 15 from 45 to 60. I actually use this on my basic attack warrior guardians, warrior supports, like Ravana, Bellona, Amaterasu, because I'm reaching into a couple of those kind of warriors as guardians now, and Ravana is amazing in my opinion. I'm having so much fun with Ravana, and Witchblade puts in it really good, and with the increased physical protections that it's giving, I could see this being this is really going to buff those options. Ragni, fixed. It's just a fix. Erling, too powerful of a wave clear and a team fight presence with that pin. That pin's a pain in the butt if you have somebody that knows what they're doing with it. Um, it clears almost instantly pretty early on and is really, really good at just locking someone down at distance. So the cooldown increase, I can see that. I'm not real mad about that. It's as playing Erling, it's a useful tool, but that's not going to hurt him that much. Fafnir, I'm a Fafnir fan, and I'm not horribly mad about this. So he's he's fixed, so fix the passive glow. Endless Greed, his passive, his bonus goal, is now from 4 to 2 seconds for every piece of gold. Wait, no. Bonus gold per instance reduces from 4 to 2. I don't know what the S is there for. So, just means you're not getting as much bonus gold, which is a bit of a problem, but it's not horrible, especially since so many people run freaking Watcher's Gift. That's not a problem for them. I run most of the time uh, the other one. I can't even think of it. And it works just fine because you have the built-in Watcher's Gift. You don't need two Watcher's Gifts. And the Coerce, increased cooldown. Coerce, I was expecting a nerf from it somewhere. Coerce is such a good ability, and its cooldown from 13 to 15. Uh, it's such a good ability. I absolutely love it when I have somebody that puts it on that I knows what they're doing with it. Uh, and I'm excited to see that. So these changes. Well, I'm not really excited because these are nerfs. But I think this may take a little bit of the eyes off of Fafnir because you're not going to be doing as much damage, like doing extra damage as much, and you're not getting as much bonus gold. He may drop off a little bit. I don't want to say that he's going to drop off as much. I know that he got not nerfed, hit super hard with bans in the Epsilon Interventional, and a couple of the other ones have been getting played a lot. Uh, in the casual gameplay, though, no, not much at all, which I'm not mad about. uh, because that gives me more of a chance to play him, I guess. But he definitely is really strong right now. So seeing these nerfs, I'm not mad about these. These aren't huge. These aren't like removing the slow from the hammer or your leaps reduced distance or something. It's doable. So this one I'm not real happy about. Ho Yi right now is probably one of the best hunters, if not the best hunter in uh, Xbox right now, casual and ranked play. Uh, his base scaling goes from 70 to 230 is now 75 to 255 on his ricochet. That's huge for him early, and he really doesn't need it. You put a Ho Yi with a Bacchus, and that is a pain in the butt lane because they clear pretty damn well, and it's not fun to play against. So scaling increases from 60% to 65%. This also pisses me off because of the scaling that you're getting thanks to your because everyone's gonna build a Transcendence with Ho Yi. You build a Transcendence, this power spike 5% of you're probably going to end with 200, 300 power is a lot, and he's going to hit a whole lot harder with that ricochet. And the people that know Ho Yi know where they can bank it 2 or 3 times. Uh, but the bonus damage for each per ricochet decreased from 50 to 40% to make up for that a little bit. But the single burst damage, this makes it a whole lot easier for people that haven't played the Ho Yi to bop in and just slam somebody. Uh, which Mark of the Crow also got buffed, so it's easy for them to just place the Mark of the Crow, jump in, ricochet you, and burst you. And that is one of the biggest problems I'm seeing early on is that you're getting one or two. You get in the lane, and they get a like 2 or 3 minion advantage, and then you get Mark of the Crow, leaped on, ricocheted, and even if your beads are popped, you're still taking maybe a ton of your health, and he doesn't even have to ricochet to do it. He just hits you with the ricochet to stun you, and he gets 2 or 3 basics off, and it's a pain. It is a pain. This does help with his clear early, but it does not help with that. So the Marker does remove the 25% penetration at rank 5, which helps against his late game. And his ability now reveals all marked targets at all ranks, and then it's reduced from 15 to 10 seconds, so this thing's going out a whole lot more often. I'm not happy with this change. It's going to buff him a whole lot. He's going to be a first pick, first bam, in my opinion. He's already one that I've contemplated and ranked on Xbox, and we'll see what we have to do. Trophy hunters, fix for Kali, fix for Odin. Sylvanas, this one I'm happy about. This one's is not a huge change, but it is helping Sylvanas since Sylvanas has a lot of utility, but he is trash in the late game because of his movement speed. So Verdant Growth increased damage from 80 to 160. Now it's 80 to 240. So you're going to do more damage with your Verdant Growth. Okay, so your root's going to do more damage, which is your only really damaging ability. So that's good that you're getting a little bit more damage with it. Your Wisp will increase protection given from 5 to 25 to 10 to 30. So 5 at each rank, not horrible. In my opinion, it's going to be pretty. I think that's going to help you a little bit. It's not going to help you a lot. Just 30 protections. It's going to be a decent pickup. But that's it, of course. Late game, if you can stay with your team and you don't get just blown up in the very start of the fight, because you can't move and keep up with your team who's jumping in. So. Reduce cooldown on Nature's Grass, which they've already reduced it once. It's not from 22 to 18. Is now 20 to 16. 2 at each rank. This is good in my opinion because Nature's Grasp is one of the hardest abilities to hit as a Guardian, and it was such a long cooldown. It's still a long cooldown early on. It's just to offset his earliness, but excuse me, I don't know what hit me there. So maybe that'll get a little fixed. And then tier fixed eye juggle achievement now requires juggling 3 gods instead of 3 enemies. So that's basically everything for the patch. Sorry guys, I'm tired. Thing's got a sore throat, so he didn't join me today. I'm tired. I coughed during this. I get a bit of a stuffy nose. I've been busy. I got it late. But thanks for you holding out with me, guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed this patch notes. And I'll hopefully see you guys in 2 weeks when the next one comes out. Hopefully it'll be a bit earlier, and hopefully I won't be as tired. Probably not, though. My Wednesdays are pretty pain. But see you guys next time.